Hi guys, my name is Sarah Vonderharr and I'm a part of Group 5. I will be discussing the first part of syphilis with you all. But before then, the things that we are going to talk about as a group are what is syphilis, research methods, description of syphilis, and then the terms and visual data. So to begin, we're going to start off with what is syphilis. According to WebMD 2017, syphilis is a highly contagious disease. It is spread primarily by sexual activity, including oral and anal sex. The disease can be contracted through kissing or bodily fluids. Syphilis is passed through open sores and wounds. Sometimes people aren't really aware that they have it, so there are definitely different stages of syphilis that we will be going over later in another slide. But to further this, mortality rates are that you mainly don't see them because syphilis really never gets to the tertiary stage of the condition. 8% to 58% of syphilis can result in death, but that's if the condition is left untreated. So in its earlier stages, if it is caught, it won't result to that. To go on further, morbidity rates, there are a number of new cases of syphilis each and every year. And in the United States in 2015, there were 9.6 new cases per 100,000 people, which is significant. We would like to see that number low, but is definitely small enough for 100,000 people. So it's in a good area as of right now. To further that even more, the economic outlook, there are more than 12 million Americans that are infected with a new STD each year. Therefore, sexually transmitted diseases are pricey and they're taking up a lot of America's money. That includes medications, treatments, proper care to deal with these diseases. So then the agent of syphilis is a bacteria. It has some big, long, fancy name. Syphilis is Treponemium pallidum. I totally just completely butchered that, but okay. It is a thin and enlonged bacterium that infects the body or body parts of a person. It is spreadable through sex, like I said previously. Syphilis is treatable through taking antibiotics and further treatments depending on what stage of the condition the patient is in. The condition of syphilis, this is where I'm going to tell you about the stages and what to expect or at each stage. So what are the signs and symptoms of syphilis? You have your primary stage, which is single or multiple sores. You have your secondary stage, which is going to be rashes or mucous membranes on the skin. And then you have the latent stage, which is you don't really see any physical signs or symptoms. There are really no rashes or bumps on the skin. This is kind of hidden. This is where people come in and they don't see anything wrong with them, and they're really shocked and surprised at having this disease if they do. And then the tertiary stage is where it may cause heart and blood problems. This is where people may die and you may see mortality rates increase. This is very rare for America, but the treatment for syphilis in general is going to be a prescription drug called penicillin. It is an antibiotic and or a cream if you're having those mucous membranes on your skin and things like that. So if we move on, here's a few photos of the disease or the condition, infection itself. You have the bumps on the hands and the rash, and then you have it on the lips and around the mouth area, and then you continue to the right and you'll see more bumps on different parts of the body, the back, hands, feet. And then on the bottom left corner there is about 2 or 3 long membranes. This is what it looks like medically, biology, and biological terms, I guess you could say. And then further to the right is going to be a microscope of the condition and what it has to say. To further you guys even more, we'll continue. Thanks.